Hello, my name is Brandon Kleber, and my team has developed the first of its kind smart nasal spray device to control abusable medications. To start with a little background, the nasal drug delivery market right now is the fastest growing segment of the pharmaceutical industry, and this is because of three main reasons: better drug bioavailability, nose-to-brain delivery, and growing self-administration. But with these developments comes the problem of how to control these drugs, especially nowadays with the opioid epidemic. Doctors have pulled back, and they don't feel comfortable prescribing controlled intranasal medications, leaving them three choices. They either send the drugs home with the patient, they make the patients come into the office, or worse, they don't prescribe the drugs at all. Pill lockboxes were created to help ease these problems, but with the growth of the intranasal market, there is still an unmet need. And that's why my team and I have developed Nasolution to minimize this risk of abuse and allow doctors to monitor their patients' at-home treatments. In terms of how the system works, there's four main features to curb abuse and improve patient compliance: controlled dosing, tamper resistance, physician oversight, and cloud connectivity. So who are we? We're a cross-functional team of Georgia Tech graduates, and with our combined skill sets, we know that we are the perfect team to design, develop, and bring something like this to the market. The company began last year while conducting clinical studies with an intranasal drug called ketamine for depression. We found all these hurdles that patients encounter just to receive this treatment. So we've worked hard over the last year in intellectual property, customer discovery and market research, and in building the functional prototype. Our target markets are intranasal medications with either danger of abuse, poor compliance, meaning an exact schedule must be followed, or narrow therapeutic windows where a very precise amount needs to be taken for proper treatment. And like I mentioned earlier, this idea stemmed from a drug called ketamine, which fits into all three categories. It's quickly being adopted as an antidepressant, but because of its problems, we see it as a perfect entry into the market. Ketamine could be the most promising treatment for depression in decades, but just like so many other medications, it's easily abusable, so doctors don't feel comfortable prescribing it to patients to take home. For that reason, in-office administration has become the standard of care, but with that comes challenges of high cost and excessive time. With 5 million people in the US right now with treatment-resistant depression, and as the adoption of this drug continues to grow, safe delivery of this drug at home is going to be imperative. Ketamine is just one drug, however. Some other markets include drugs for pain management, mood disorders, migraines, seizures, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and elderly care. In terms of competition, creating a network-connected smart nasal spray to monitor treatment has never been done before. Other companies do have nasal devices to control the amounts that are sprayed, but ours has a more precise dosing mechanism and monitoring technology that no other system like it offers. Nasolution's business plan involves several revenue streams. The device will be a Class 2 medical device and require a 510(k) submission to the FDA, which will need verification and validation testing. From there, the end goal is strategic partnerships with pharmaceutical companies. Together, we will perform clinical trials with specific drugs and eventually sell Nasolution as part of a combination product. But while these drug-specific trials are ongoing, Nasolution will also be sold directly to pharmacies as a standalone device. This parallel pathway will allow for some return on initial investments before approval of the end combination product. The third revenue stream comes from licensing agreements to larger device companies who would like to include Nasolution's proprietary technology in their devices. These deals can be made at any time, but interest will likely come after gaining traction in the market. With investments, we plan to build upon the market research we've done and use the funds to build a small batch of prototypes that will meet the requirements of the physicians we've spoken to. But beyond R&D, there are IP and regulatory consultants also required to finalize that side of the business too. We've assembled a board of advisors and hope to use the investments to greenlight our industry partners in this area and get this in the hands of patients who desperately need it. With your help, we can make nasal drug delivery safer, easier, and more cost-effective, and we are so excited to be working on such a unique, life-changing systems such as this. Thank you for listening.